Hello again. The United Nations is pleading for an end to violence in the Central African Republic to ensure food security. It says the country's reached level 4 food insecurity, which means a humanitarian emergency is already underway. This is one notch prior to a full-blown famine.
Conflict broke out in 2013 and the UN says a famine may grip the Central African Republic in coming years. This after mainly Muslim Seleka rebels ousted President Francois Bozize during the country's civil war. This provoked a backlash from the mainly Christian anti-Balaka militias. Since then, thousands have died and over 1 million people have been displaced. The UN's Office for Coordinated Humanitarian Affairs says the country needs farmers to return.
If the situation is remaining the same and that people are not going back to work their fields and somehow we are not also having the conducive environment for the return of IDPs so they can also have access to their land and therefore again work their fields, it means that yes, in very few years we will have a famine in Central African Republic. And that will be a catastrophic scenario.
The United Nations wants an end to the crisis and says a collective effort is needed to avoid disaster. Around 600,000 people have been internally displaced, while nearly 600,000 more have taken refuge in neighboring states. The CAR has a total population of around 4.6 million.
For 2019, we are expecting 63% of the total population to be in need of humanitarian assistance, and out of those 63%, we have 1.6 million who are in need of acute humanitarian assistance. So one can think, oh, 2.9 million is not a big deal. When it is 2.9 million out of 4.6, it is a big deal.
Rochdi says there's been a slight improvement in security in some areas, allowing displaced people to return home. But some sites with internally displaced people have been attacked.
Right, let's take a look at stories that have been trending on social media this week. Ugandan strongman Yoweri Museveni had tongues wagging once again. This time, he advised sportsmen to avoid smoking and womanizing. That's if they want to be successful. Last month, the president left social media buzzing after announcing his 10 commandments for managing protests. A scamster pretending to be Nigerian First Lady Aisha Buhari has attempted to defraud people. Julius Uche was arrested after trying to steal $20.5 million from a number of people globally. He appeared in court on 10 counts of contravening cybercrime laws. So get this, they say revenge is a dish best served cold. However, one Moroccan woman has taken the phrase a step too far. She was arrested for allegedly chopping her boyfriend down to size. She's accused of killing him, cooking his remains and serving it with rice to unsuspecting guests. She was reportedly upset after her boyfriend of 7 years told her of his plan to marry someone else. Perhaps there's wisdom after all in our parents telling us to be careful where you eat. And that's it for this week's edition of #Africa. Do stay tuned to ENCA for all the latest news. Take care and goodbye.